get lower. Hi everyone, I'm Jackie Kirkpatrick, the Director of Publications here at Jones Stewart and the host of Taking 5. Today we have a really super fun episode. We'll be talking about our early education and K-1 programs. We decided it would be more fun to move out of our studio and to go live right here from the early education room, which is personally my favorite room in the house. It's a building. Because it's bright and it's silly, it's comforting, and most importantly, it's safe. Tonight I'll be stepping aside to invite Karen and Brianna to tell you all about those things. Not because I'm getting old and these little chairs hurt my knees, but I wanted you to hear all about their passion and dedication for the kids and how what they do every day speaks volumes for what Doane Stewart and being at Doane Stewart is all about. The child and the learning experience. So Karen and Brianna, have fun.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you for letting us hijack your Live at 5 segments. We appreciate that, and welcome to all of you out there to our early childhood kindergarten first grade open house. For those of you who don't know, Doane Stewart is an early childhood and 12th grade co-ed college prep school. We like to think that we strike a beautiful balance between traditional and progressive education. We are an interfaith school with a very strong emphasis on cultural diversity. Right now, our student body is representative of 20 different faiths that are practiced throughout the world. And our cultural exploration begins in our early childhood. That's with the 3 and 4-year-olds. Early childhood program, and it expands all the way up to the 12th grade. And in our early childhood elementary program, it begins with world languages. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today I have Brianna Stouter with me. She's otherwise known as Mrs. S. That's the little guys. And she is a veteran early childhood teacher here at Doane Stewart. And we're going to talk specifically about when is a good time to start thinking about an early educational program for your child, your 2-year-old or your 3-year-old. How do you go about looking for the right program for you and your family and your child? We like to think that a good fit means for the school, the children, the teacher, the parents, the family, so it has to go all the way around. And we're going to talk about why is it important to have your child in an early education program or an early childhood program. And then what does early childhood and kindergarten first grade look like here at Doane Stewart? And then finally, if we have some more time, we're going to ask Mrs. S. How does she do it? How is she able to have these 3 and 4-year-olds in her classroom, in person, learning every day, with all of the COVID-19 restrictions at hand? That's got to be tricky, and you've got to be pretty special to be able to do that. And I know that you do it, and you do it super well. But so first of all, like, what do you think of, or what can you tell people about when they should start thinking about an early childhood program?
Yeah, I think that's really an important question for parents, and I know it goes through all of our minds. And I don't think there's really a right or wrong time. I think your child's going to show you a lot of indicators and some signs that they might be ready for just something more. They might be socially ready. They might want to, get out there and start meeting new friends. And they might be emotionally ready to just part with their parents or maybe their grandparents or home with their grandparents during the day. And so we want to make sure that we find our needle in the haystack for our own child as a parent. And so we know that, it's a tough decision, but there's not necessarily a right age. So maybe at age 2, if you think your son or your daughter, is starting to work on those independent skills, they can use the potty on their own, they're ready to maybe start doing some peer interactions with somebody other than their household members. So that's when they could come and check out the early childhood program here at Jones Stewart, and kind of just dip into what a routine-driven type of day might look like at school.
And if you're not sure when they're ready, they'll tell you. They will absolutely tell you. But what I like to tell new parents all the time when they come in and they're not sure, I remember when I was bringing my son into pre-kindergarten to the 3-4-year-old program. Back then, I had no clue. What is the right thing to do? When is the right time? And somebody told me, and I will say it out today: trust your instincts as a parent. As a parent, you know your child better than anybody else. Trust your instincts, and if you're not sure, they'll be sure. They will let you know for sure. And so, why would a parent think about or look for this early childhood 3-4-year-old program?
Well, I think getting a head start on school is a really great idea. If you start your child, in an early childhood education program at age 3, they might start getting introduced to the letters and the numbers. Here at Jones Stewart in our early childhood program, we work on like a unit of study. So right now, for example, we're doing transportation. And so our math, our ELA, our social studies, and our science is all kind of incorporated into that. We balance out any of our sit time with an outside type of time. But we're trying to build that stamina, that focus, and get them into those pre-reading and pre-math skills that are going to help them feel successful and confident once they move on to the kindergarten classroom.
And something you just said is really important. You said to help them feel successful and confident. And that's part of that social emotional piece that we pay a lot of attention to here at Jones Stewart. You talked a lot about what sounded very academic, but I also know that play is really important to that age group, and then right even into the kindergarten first grade group. And that too is part of the social emotional piece that helps your child be successful. I know that you have intentional opportunities for them to take on independent tasks, to do things on their own, to have that I can do attitude, and they are super capable at that age 3 and 4. Sometimes I think parents are a little bit surprised when they find out what their child does in school versus what they do at home, or what we do for them at home.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And that kind of feeds into the next question. So what is a day like here at Jones Stewart for the 3? And what does the Jones Stewart day look like for the 3 and 4-year-olds?
Sure. So in the early childhood program for 3s and 4s, we have our day segmented into kind of 30-minute time blocks. And so the students come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. They have morning work out on their table. We will move into our circle time. They do get a snack. And so each of those activities or parts of our day are about 30 minutes. And I think it's really important to kind of have that balance of getting up and doing something else. They're not kind of stuck at these desks. They're not always just playing within the classroom. There's always something new to do. Even at 3s and 4 years old in the early childhood program, we go to special areas just like the big kids do. And so our kids are going to library, they're going to gym, they're going to art, they're going to music. We have a STEAM program here. And so they're kind of dipping into all of those really school types of things and getting them ready for kindergarten. We also try to prepare them as best as possible for that kindergarten. And so even the 3s will dip into learning centers throughout the classroom during the day. And that mirrors what kindergarten and first grade will do as well on what they call their daily 5, and that's their literacy block. And so anytime that we ask them to sit down and do their work, whether they're just using manipulatives, whether they're learning and play with like a balance scale, or they're actually working on something like handwriting or in their journals, we balance that out with getting outside and playing. And so that is a big part of our day. We go outside twice a day. They do have a nap here, and we continue our curriculum in the afternoon as well.
I'm in awe at how Mrs. S is able to get those kids like routine, down for their nap, in their own beds, with their own covers, with their own pillows. It's adorable. B, it's very needed because they're very busy people here at Dome Stewart, and it's good for them. And it's part of their routine. They know what to do. One of the things that you said that I think is important for folks to know is that some of the things you do in the 3-4s program is mirrored in the kindergarten first grade program, and that is significant of the collaboration that exists between the teachers, between the divisions, from early childhood to lower school, middle school, and eventually on up to high school. It's a running theme of collaboration, of knowing who the students are, of knowing their strengths, of knowing the areas in which they need maybe some extra help. Our small classrooms are perfect for that. We have the ability to work very individually with each student and as a group. So I think that's awesome and super important. Now, getting down to this beautiful classroom that you have some awesome stuff all over the wall. There's some posters there with lots of pictures. I'd love for you to tell us what that is. And then specifically, how are you doing it? How on earth are you able to have these little folks here every day in person with the COVID restrictions?
Well, as you look around the classroom, I think it's pretty apparent that we have a plexiglass divider on the tables, and so it is dividing our friends for safety. But we also have table buddies, and that rotates every single week. So they are able to sit at their desk space, and they are able to take off their masks just like we are because we are distanced. And so we also have the tables set up around the classroom at 6 feet apart. But we know that 3s and 4s can't just sit here all day, and there's no way that I would be able to either. And so, as you can see on our floor, I have what I call movement squares because we have to get up and we have to move our bodies. And so even though our littles are keeping those masks on really well throughout the day, sometimes they slip down. And I think it's great that we have these spaces 6 feet apart because we can always just tuck them right back up and we're ready to go. And so the movement squares are also throughout the classroom that we use all day, every day. Another great thing about the classroom itself is that there's a bathroom right in the classroom, and it has a sink there, and we also have another one, and I think that's really important to note right now as we're washing our hands all day, every day as well. And so that's a great feature to have in the classroom. And Karen, you mentioned our All About Me poster boards. I think that's one of the greatest things that our parents help out with in the beginning of the school year. So over the summer, I welcome them to the classroom, and I'm so happy to have them. And I ask them to get a big poster board and fill it up with pictures of their family. Maybe they have a dog, maybe they have a grandparent that lives with them, maybe they have a special auntie. And then all about me, so their favorite color. And I ask the parents to kind of help them, but allow them to do it on their own as well, because it's about them, and they need to know what's on there and why. And when they bring it to school, they share it. It's one of the first things that they public speak to their peers, and that's something that we really work on even as a 3-year-old. So they're standing in front of their peers and they're talking about each thing's on their poster. And that's kind of our social studies piece as well, because everything's all about a 3-year-old, it's all about them. And so they're really happy to share that, and we keep it here. We keep it here all year long because it really helps to bridge that gap between home and school. It brings a piece of home right here to them, so it's also a really big comfort.
One of the things you mentioned to me when I first noticed them was that if one of your littles, one of your 3 or 4-year-olds is feeling a little homesick, as some of them do sometimes, they can always go to their poster board, their All About Me board, and just kind of be with their family member or their mom or their dad or their grandmother or their dog, as you said, and see that, that glimpse of home and feel better. You mentioned parents, and I'm glad you did because I wanted you to talk a little bit about your Google Classroom and how you connect with the parents in your classroom.
Sure. So if anybody's not familiar with Google Classroom, it's very similar to a Facebook feed where somebody might put a picture or several pictures and a little caption. And so, for example, if we're learning about the letter S, I might show like our snake, and I take pictures of their work and them doing their work, and sometimes even a little video. And I post these to our Google Classroom. These are connected to the parents' emails. And so they'll get a little notification that says, oh, little Johnny's learning about letter S, and look at his snake, and he did such a great job. And the reason that I do this is because we want to have that transparency in the classroom, and we want to bring our classroom to home. We want to do anything that we possibly can to bridge that gap between home and school. And I tell my parents every year, this is a team and we work together. And I want them to know what we're learning about in the classroom so that they can then help their child. I don't know how many parents get in the car on their way home from school, or they're sitting at the dinner table and they say, what did you do at school today? And they say, nothing. And we all know that they didn't do nothing, and they didn't have recess all day, and they didn't play all day long. But you can, the parents can go back to that Google Classroom page. They can look at the picture. They can say, oh, I saw you had Steve today. Who did you work with when you were building your tower? And it kind of helps anything that's going to help your child's education. That's what we're looking for.
That's awesome. And that really allows the parent, I was that parent who would just long to be the fly on the wall. It really allows you to be the fly on the wall.
Absolutely.
And I know that Brianna has posts sometimes 2 and 3 times a day, which is pretty awesome. So speaking of awesome, if you think Brianna is awesome like we do, and if you think her classroom is, and if you're interested in our early childhood or our kindergarten, first grade, which is equally as awesome, please, by all means, go to our website. Our website is www.doanestewart, D-O-A-N-E, Stewart, S-T-U-A-R-T.org. And please peruse the website, look around, see if you feel like it might be a good fit for you, for your family, certainly and specifically for your child, and then fill out a request for more information. And somebody from our team, our admissions team, most likely myself, will contact you. Ultimately, the best way to find out about Doan Stewart and about the early childhood program or the kindergarten, first grade program is to come in for a tour. And we have worked really hard throughout the summer and throughout the last few months to be able to come on campus in person in a safe way, and we've done it for tours too. So I encourage you to please go to our website, fill out a request for more information, and come on in and check us out. Thanks a lot.
Bye.